Oh well.
Fucking
Also,
Discord, yeah. I think because I plugged in my Razer Krakens, it's like, oh, that must be a microphone too. I'm like, yeah, it is. Does have a microphone, but I'm not using it.
yeah.
Hence why I've paid all this money to get the good microphone in.
Yes, I know. I know what it's like.
People suck, and not in the good way.
Not in the
Where they
fun
cup
way.
the
Not in the
balls,
fun way, as they say. Not in the fun
where
way.
they cup the balls and stuff. You know how it is.
Dorks Down Under.
Anyway, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. This is Fox Down Under. Sorry, that's really tickled.
Sorry.
Welcome back to Dogs Down Under. This is season 4, episode 15.
We've just lost Jordan. So if Jordan's editing and he hasn't recorded this or he hasn't left it in,
Carry on.
yeah, we've pretty much told him about how he's cupping the balls.
God, I don't know why that tickled me. It really just did. Sorry. Oh
my god! Now my sound's not working.
Oh man! Right. Anyway, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Please make sure you do like, share, and subscribe. We're not here to talk about ball cupping and blowjobs, but occasionally may pop up. We're available on all good podcast platforms. I can't. I don't know why that's tickled me. It really has. Sorry. Oh God.
I'm really hoping you're recording because mine for some reason.
I am.
Good because everything today has gone wrong, guys. So Discord wouldn't recognize my microphone because I plugged in my new Kraken headset and it's like that's a microphone. Then for some reason I could on Streamlabs it would detect it. Discord it wouldn't. Then my desktop audio went, oh, I don't know what speaker you want me to play for, so I'm just not going to do it. And then obviously I made a joke about how people suck and not in the good way, or where they cup your balls. And poor Jordan lost his fucking mind.
Oh God! Right.
I'm sorry. So yeah, so this is getting off to being a great professional podcast. So people, if you want to start a podcast, use this one as the one where you just chuckle through the entire intro, and yeah, just full of problems.
I really did try, and I don't know. It really tickled me, and I'm sorry. Apologies. Right. Anyway, I'm back. Oh, right. Silly mood today. Obviously, I'm going to put it down to I'm tired. I'm putting it down to I'm tired. I had a late day. I've had a long weekend. All right, it's been a long weekend. But firstly, before we get into my long weekend, how are you, sir? Because obviously we are behind on our recordings because sadly someone was very ill last week.
Yeah, no, I was in bed for 2 days with a migraine, which was awesome because I was well excited because the Thursday and the Friday we got the alfresco area tiled. So it was kind of fun. So shout out to Chris, a mate of mine, who let me borrow his high pressure hose. So we were able to high pressure hose all that down. And then because there's a lot of clay in the area, we also did our driveway and our garage, which is coming up looking pretty nice. It's still got a little bit of red, but I think that they walked on the concrete with clay in it while it was still drying. Like I think it was dryish, but not dry. So it's soaked up a little bit, so we can't get that out. But overall, the tiling looks great. The house is officially finished. And I was like, yes, let's go out and celebrate. We'll go out for dinner or we'll do something that we don't normally do. And I said that to my housemate. And then I woke up Saturday morning and my head felt like it was legitimately going to explode. And I was like, yep, okay. And then I took my first round of codeine. And normally by the second, it's normally pretty good. The problem was I ran out of codeine. So I'm like, living the dream. So I'm like, that's all right. So I tried to call the doctors and they're like, no, we no longer do codeine over the phone because I was able to do that.
Yeah.
We need you to come in. I was like, my head feels like it's about to explode. The fact that I'm talking to you now is already subject enough that I'm not dealing well. And yeah, so that didn't work well. So I sat there and tried to struggle through it through 2 days. And then by the Monday, I was feeling a little bit better. And yeah, by Tuesday, I only had a dull headache, but managed to get to the doctors, got some codeine on the Monday evening, which was great. took 2 of those, and then passed out and woke up Monday with a really dull headache that Nurofen managed to handle. So, yes, was not in a good way, people. So I do apologise, but
No,
oops.
it's fine. Honestly, bro, I'm about to say, I'd rather you stay in bed and get yourself sorted more than anything. God forbid.
I would
want you
not
playing
have
sick.
been pretty.
We don't want
Like
you playing sick.
these lights here, I would have wanted to kill someone. They at the moment they're probably a bit bright. Like I keep turning them down,
Yeah.
but then whether I'm on my work computer or this computer, the light changes, so then I look really washed out in some night.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I'm about to say I've got 2, and they're all right, but yeah, I could do with some better lighting in here, sort of thing.
Mine are too strong. Yours aren't strong
list.
enough.
It's on my to-do list of sorting that nonsense out at some point. But anyway.
Yes.
But yeah.
But yes.
Yeah, well, it's good to
So
know that
you
you're
got a long
alive.
weekend, you cheeky bugger.
Hmm?
Have you got a long weekend, you cheeky bugger?
No, not a long weekend this weekend. Last weekend was a long weekend. But no, this has been it's been a long weekend, as in it's been very taxing and very tiring because obviously I've had a massive busy week with work, with managers meeting and everything else, so I've been knackered with that. Then I ended up, it was the wife's birthday as well, sort of thing, so we were busy.
Well, for the women out there, you're about to probably get very angry. But talking to his beautiful, lovely wife and telling her that I think she has a beautiful day, and Jordan spoiling her rotten, her exact words were, he's out playing poker. I had a girls' night because he was out playing poker.
Yep, go on, get it on, fire away, go on.
I was heartbroken for her. I'm like, that's it. I'm flying over. I'll take her out for dinner, damn it.
No, literally, it was one of those things of because this weekend, literally last night, I was running the poker tournament because the normal person we had who helps run it and does all the admin side wasn't available, and so I was like, right, well, I'll step up.
Can you hear that? That sounds like bullshit.
It sounds like bullshit. Yes, I know it sounds like bullshit, but because I haven't been to the poker club in 2 weeks because of managers meetings and traveling to Christchurch and everything else, I needed to get all the information and stuff like that and where everything's stored, so I was busy doing that on Tuesday as well as playing poker. But she did have a lovely time because her girls' night out in Hamilton, of course, I rang the hotel up and said, can I make sure there's a bottle of sparkling wine in the room for them when they turn up? And she was like, yeah, absolutely. So I was on it from day dot.
I must say though, she did tell me that, but I wasn't going to bring that up. I was just going to grill you for just being like, fuck everybody, I'm going to play poker.
Listen, brother, I am on it.
I got my face on it. Jordan's like, I got my face on Facebook, so poker's now my life. Wifey, deal with it. But no, he did actually go above and beyond. But yes, he did not spend time with her, which was just heartbreaking.
We've had a very busy couple of weeks in our work world between the two of us, so finding time for ourselves has been pretty problematic. Anyway, but
speaking of having no time, what were you doing before I sent you? Before we messaged about when we were filming, he was out playing Pokemon Go. So he was flat out busy.
Hang on, right? People. This weekend, the wife's been working on the Saturday and the Sunday. She was at work this morning, so the boy was coming with me. But we're going to get round to discussing about Pokemon Go because I have some gripes to discuss.
I haven't actually played it. I
have some gripes to discuss, and it's not specifically with the game. No, loving the game. The game's fine. Got no problems with the game. I have problems with my son. And the absolute look sack that little shit is. It's ridiculous. Everyone, right, okay. Everyone's aware of the term of beginner's luck. Everyone's aware of it. Everybody experiences it. Everyone has it. We all get it. Okay? But how come, since my son is, because obviously one of his birthday presents is one of the phone. Fine. So we put some restrictions on it and blah, 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 blah. And he understands, we're teaching him, he has to buy they renew the contract, every month. So he's doing jobs around the house to pay for that, blah, 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 blah. So you understand. And of course, the first month, he didn't realize that data needs to be turned off. Otherwise, when I'm downloading games, when I'm out and about, it actually just eats all my data. So
yes,
we've learned, he's been learning valuable lessons. That's the main thing.
That's actually great. Yes. I wish more parents did that because the number of times I've got friends who are in their 30s. And one of them told me that she goes out to eat about 4 or 5 times a week because she doesn't cook. So she just either Ubers in something or she does something like this because she can't cook.
No,
and I'm like, wait, what?
That's
She's like,
excessive.
yeah, I never got taught to cook. And I'm like, and then I was asking a few other people at work, and there's some that are a little bit older than me, and they're like, oh yeah, we've kind of got a few dishes that we do, and they just kind of go over them. And then there's a few people that go, oh yeah, I still get Uber at 3 or 4 times. Real world stuff. People just don't know how to do it. And like I think things like this, like budgeting and stuff like that, is a great way to teach the kids.
Yeah,
And
it's
he gets the reward. He gets that. I'm actually really. I'm like.
Well,
Go
I'll
ball.
tell you now, right? It's killing me, him having to do this, because I know how much money I'm saving. I would save if I put him just on the monthly renewal.
Yeah.
If I put him on a monthly plan, I would be saving quite a bit of money. But I kind of made the decision of, but that's not going to teach my boy responsibility and understanding that not everything is free all the time. So that's kind of what we were doing. So whether
And
we
the
get
hardest
to,
thing is too, though, if you trick him and put him on the monthly, he's just going to blow through all that data, and it's not going to be like.
pretty much,
And that's the problem.
yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, I think teaching him this, and then once he's got it under control, then switch him to the monthly.
That's
just
kind of the
because
plan we've got.
think,
We kind of figured if we do for the year, he gets the next birthday, and it could be it's a present then, sort of thing, putting him
and I
on
think
stuff
that's the thing. I think teaching kids skills like this, that not everything like I remember seeing this poor English girl when I was living in England. This was yonks ago, and she spent something like, I think it was like £1,700 on games in a month.
Oh god, this is
Like on
back in the
buying
day.
stuff
I
and
remember
things.
these issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was like, and this wasn't like games, guys. This was like buying like ringtones or buying little friggin' things to change the Nokia sign to something. Like this was a lot of money. Like this back in I think 2003 or something.
I had to explain this to Edward, and he didn't believe me, so we found YouTube videos of it. And he was like,
Yeah.
no way. And I was like, Edward, the problem is you've grown up in the age where technology is advanced now, whereas we were on the frontier,
Yeah.
Having a customized ringtone back on a Nokia 3310 was like the epitome of, this is my stand, this is where I am.
Yeah.
You could tell by the kind of person, you could tell by their ringtone of what kind of person they were. Were they a rocker? Were they a dance in EDM? They kind of had options, sort of thing. So you could kind of work out immediately if you're going to be friendly.
But you know what I find the greatest thing is
What?
like, I mean, I had one ringtone and I'm pretty sure I downloaded it for free and I was able to get it on because I was pretty good at computers back then. So we were able to find a way around. There was actually a program you could use to sneak it on.
Yeah.
So we did that and we're like, okay, cool. So I had that and that's what it was. But do you think it's funny that there were people that probably changed their ringtone maybe every, say, 3 to 4 months?
Yeah.
Which is pretty normal, right?
Yeah, that's about right.
But the funniest thing about that, though, is we spent all this money to change our ringtones several times a year, just to now where we refuse to put our ringtones on at all.
Yes.
Like the way things have come is it just makes me laugh.
I think it's more of a generational thing because, like,
Yeah.
my son has his on loud, and when the phone rings or chirps for whatever reason, I get aggravated. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's because I don't have patience for it anymore.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh god, that's an annoying tone. I do feel a bit like my inner Roy Keane comes out at all times, and I just can't stand it. But yeah, it just wind me up. But anyway,
but it's funny. But we've got one of the guys at work that just like everybody has their headphones in and stuff. Where he has his headphones in, and I don't get it, but he has his headphones in just for the mic. So he talks to the person on the mic, but then the meeting is loud.
Oh no!
So I've actually seen him have his headphones around his neck here because he's realized that the headphones will go here, so he'll talk on it like that. I'm like,
no, that's a faux pas. That's not on there. That's not on.
I'm like, yeah, and we're in an open office, and like it's like, oh my god,
that's ridiculous.
I want to murder them.
That's I would as well. So I think that's ridiculous.
Oh, this just touched my heart. I knew this was happening, but I didn't realize it was happening now.
What?
I'm gonna send you. So the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, obviously made famous by Champions or the Mighty Ducks, or whatever way you want to call it. They got Conway and Connie to, I believe, to announce the person that they drafted at the most recent draft. So obviously Joshua Jackson, and Connie still looks.
She looked good.
I had a crush on her as a kid, man, and even because I played roller hockey at the time because it became a lot bigger after that happened, and I'm like,
Damn.
she's still beautiful.
I mean, yeah, definitely. God, I wouldn't mind playing with her. Jesus. Anyway.
Jesus Christ.
What?
He's after he misses his wife's birthday and he's making cracks like this.
Oh, God. To be fair, my wife will probably make the same crack, actually.
Yeah. About Joshua Jackson or about Connie?
Probably about both.
Yeah, I know.
Probably. I wouldn't put it past her.
He's like, I'm a gentleman. I'm only doing one. She'll have both.
But yeah. But yeah, so anyway, right, where was I? So, yes, I have obviously, so Edwards, so, yeah, I was going to discuss this last week. So, last week, this is before GoFest, which has been on this weekend, where it was Kyogre raids, which is fine because Edward had a couple of things, and the fact is now we've got another player locally in our town. We're able to actually hit these raids, and as well as using the remote. What was it we use? Pokegenie, yeah, Pokegenie. That's it. So and great, fine. We only ended up doing 2 Kyogre raids. On his first raid, he gets a shiny. Well done, congratulations. We love him. Fabulous. So good for him. I'm having a proud dad moment and everything else, all right? So we ended up doing the second raid. I think it was like 3 days later. Again, gets a shiny. So he's done 2 raids. He's hit 2 shinies. He has a shiny catch rate of 100% as it currently stands.
That's pretty good.
That is bullshit. Because somebody has done a hell of a lot more raids than that and hasn't even had a snifter of one. It's dog shit is what it is. It's not fair.
100%. I think it's funny.
Absolutely
I love
not fair. It's ridiculous. And when I messaged Des saying, I hate my son, and I explained the entire situation, Des was like, I'm so proud. It's like...
I love it.
It's not proud.
I do that to him. I do that to him all the time. Like there's times where I'm like,
oh yeah,
check this out.
Oh,
well, what was funny too though is that stupid whale one that I got the pink one.
Yeah,
of,
Kyogre.
I was like,
Kyogre.
I didn't even realize that it was a shiny.
Yes.
It was just the one I got, and it was the only one I got. And then it wasn't until Jordan changed me afterwards, and then I did another one because I really wanted a blue one. But yeah, I did message Jordan. I was like, when the little fucker goes to sleep, steal his phone, and just trade it to him. Trade it to yourself.
The worst bit is we're not high enough friendship level yet, so I can't do that. And of course, I didn't maybe look at his phone and maybe try to do it. I just happen to know these things, of course.
Yeah, I happen to know this after I realized that I couldn't actually change it. God damn it.
Sod is what it is. Honestly, right. So of course, it's this weekend's GoFest for 2025, and it's Zacian and Zameta. So the Crown Sword and Shield legendaries for the Galar region, sort of thing. Is
that the wolf one?
The 2 wolf ones, and one of them morphs into the shield, and the other one has a massive sword that is just like has in its like Zorro, Zorro from fucking One Piece.
I did one last night because there was a thing sitting there that I had done 4 raids.
Yeah,
and I had like. All 4 of them would do 5 raids, so I'm like, I'm just going to do one, and I happen to have one more remote one, so I was like, screw it, I'm just going to do one, and I was like, oh, that's a kind of cool one, the big wolf with the shield, not realizing it was anything special, and then it's like, and then I'm like, and then it shrunk, and I hate when it does this, and then it shrinks down into that stupid little thing, and I'm like, that's kind of friggin' pointless.
Yeah, because the entire weekend's all been about it's like the Kyogre raids that we had to do, and the Groudon raids where you have to earn enough energy to change the form, so that's what we've been doing all weekend.
It's ridiculous though, because it's like you need like several 100,000 points. I'm like, this is
you need 1,000 energy, which is it equates to doing 10 raids. And if you've bought the pass thing, you end up you get 9 free extra raid passes. So essentially, you can do the raids. Now, a couple months back, we discovered when we were doing all these Gmax raids, we discovered that there's a big group in Hamilton who meet up and do all coordinated planning and everything else, and it's actually really easy because of course you go along and they've got like 40 players so of course you just burn through all the gyms and so rather than when like me and my neighbor, because obviously we used to just do it around the town and we'd be gone for half a day because of course it's me, him and Pokegenie and so of course like we're only getting like 8 at a time and it's like, oh god, kill me, it just takes forever to do, whereas you go out with this group and I'll tell you now, you do a hell of a lot of walking, like a hell of a lot of walking.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
You would.
Like, what am I on today, right? I am now on 15,000 steps for the day. In total, on Pokemon Go, I looked earlier, which is really funny because you know how you look on your player profile and it says, oh, this is how many kilometers you've walked this week. And it's 61 kilometers I've done this week.
Jesus Christ.
And I guarantee the majority of it comes from yesterday and today of walking around bloody Hamilton in town centre.
That's great.
Honestly, it's absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, so we ended up doing raids yesterday, and of course, it's really funny because we found out that if you bought the pass, you get extra shiny odds. You get better shiny odds than people who haven't bought the pass.
Wait, here's a question. What color is the shiny one? What color is the non-shiny one?
Oh, so the one yesterday, the shield one, is pink. It's like a pinky purple color, and the one today is like a bright blue, like bright neon blue sort of thing.
So what's that one?
That's the normal one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
like I'm talking like neon pink, like pink.
That's okay. Also, the shiny's neon pink. Okay,
yes,
that makes sense.
But it's hilarious how literally second raid we did yesterday. Guess who got one out of the entire group of people that
my little buddy Eddie.
He's like, Dad, I got a shiny. He's like, I was like, well done, son. Congratulations. Well done. You know, I was so happy for him, but instead I was seething. And then of course we ended up going around. And I must have did about 12 raids in total. Nada. Nothing at all. And today, me and Eddie were joking on the car on the way, and I said, we should have a little gentleman's bet on the side. He went, what's that? I said, I bet I'm gonna get a shiny today. Before you do on the legendary, and he went, nah, Dad, come on, I'm running hot, Dad. And I was like, all right, fine, let's just do it. So there's nothing at stake, just bragging rights. Thank God on the third one I got it. I'll tell you.
Oh.
He got it on the fifth raid today, but if he'd gotten it before me, the bragging just would have done my nuts.
Oh man, it would have been fantastic. It would have been what dreams are made of.
It would have been, but honestly, you should have heard him all weekend. Like yesterday, I think I got like 2 shinies in total, like just the bog standard ones that you find Ryan round ones, not the legendaries. He ended up with like 4 shinies, of which one of them was a legendary. And today, like before we left Hamilton, he was already on 6 shinies or something like that, with one of them being a legendary. And I was like, oh, well, I'm on 3. It's like,
little butthead. It is weird though, because I always say that. Like, I don't know how shinies go. Like, even when on a Tuesday when I go into work, I will normally play on the way there, like walking to work and the station. Walking to work, which is about 15, 20 minutes, walking back, and then at lunch I go for like a half an hour walk and I play then. So that's the most times I play.
Yeah.
And sometimes I play on weekends, not as much. I don't play it as much as I used to. And the main reason I did was because I was playing to trade with you.
Yeah.
But like, it's so weird. Like I find like I never hit shinies. And then when I do, I'll get 2 or 3 in about 5 balls, and then I won't hit it again for like weeks.
Yeah, well, I was explaining the rates to Edward over this weekend anyway. So on a normal bog standard general run of the day where there's no event on, like nothing spectacular is on, it's a 3% chance anytime you click a Pokemon. So so theoretically, for every 100 Pokemon you click, if there's a shiny in the game of that Pokemon, you should hit it. But then you get things like Spotlight Hour, where they'll mess with the percentages a little bit, sort of thing. On big weekends like Go Fest, they change it. So it's like this weekend's apparently 1 in 20 for anyone who's got the pass. I'll tell you now, it ain't. Jesus. The amount of Pokemon because I did all my quests yesterday. So today was just doing the legendary and just shiny hunting. I'm literally just clicking on Pokemon to see if they're shiny and catch it. But no, it was ridiculous. So
God.
But yeah, so literally it is fun. But yeah, but some of the time it's like there might be like a 25% chance of encountering a shiny on occasion. So it all depends on the event and what they're running. But yeah. But it's been a good week for Pokemon. Like literally, we've been walking around the town, doing all the raids, and like because they had all the Reggie rocks on the way up to, all this week during the week up until the weekend. So we've been doing all the different the Reggie Ice, the Reggie Rocks, the Reggie Lecky. So we've just been doing raids everywhere, sort of thing, to earn some free
That's
stuff.
cute.
Yeah, but it's been good fun.
Man, it's
but
good. It's good. A little daddy son bonding.
It
Always
is
good.
It is, but I don't know if I could take much more of these bragging rights. I'll tell you that because it's wearing. It does wear thin.
It's got a freaking.
Yes.
Hey, little man, just remember, I own your phone, so which means if you ever get grounded,
I did say to him, I do have family link on it. I can change the timing where he can't play. I have already threatened him with that.
And then also just be like, and I'm canceling this, and I'm going to steal all your Pokemon.
Yeah, we could do. I was about to say, I just do want to discuss. Obviously, I did just send you a photo just a little bit ago.
The photo of you as a dashing man in like a sweater vest and like looks like a priest. It kind of looks like a mixture between a teacher and a sexual predator. I mean, priest.
Yes. So that is the majority. Obviously, I'm going to be wearing my black jeans and shoes, of course. But that is my outfit that I'm going to be wearing to the darts in August.
To the what? Sorry,
we're going to the darts. So the PDC the Player Darts Championships is coming to New Zealand again this year, and somebody got bitten by the bug last year because, of course, I decided to be the sober one and drive. And I took
good honor.
Yes, and so there's not just us going. We're going with we are going with our friends, and then we discovered that a whole load of our other parents on Edward's rugby team, they're going as well. So now we've kind of grouped accommodation. We're all pre-gaming together.
Oh, that's great.
And it's just gonna be messy.
Oh Jesus!
Literally, the worst bit was obviously we're doing priests, and the girls have the option to be nuns as well. And
God,
some of the mums have posted up saying, "Yeah, I found this outfit." And it's like, Jesus, it's like, wow, okay. It's like,
yeah.
It's like, I didn't realise you're raiding and of course some of the lads have made comments saying, I didn't realise you've raided Ann Summers for this. That's fine.
Yeah. Wow. That's insane.
So yeah,
that is
August is going to be interesting. I hope I'm okay to record the next day. I may be half dead, but we can see how
it's probably not going to happen. Probably not going to happen.
We can see how it goes. It'll be fine.
Yeah, no. Just no.
Aye. But no, so yeah, to be fair, it's because obviously I thought to myself, right, I want to do a priest look, and I thought I'll go more Father Ted because I don't want the robes. I'm thinking heat. Yeah. I'm thinking I'm going to be stuck in a stadium watching it, drinking and singing and everything else. I was kind of like, I don't want the robes and everything else on top because that's just going to be horrible. And then I thought to myself, what about like Father Ted style? But I forgot the Father Ted style is they have a blazer jacket.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why in my brain it just I can never remember it when I think about Father Ted. But when you look at the photo, it's like, oh yeah. So it was kind of like. But then I remember Dougal, and him wearing in his vest, anorak knitted sweaters, singlets, and I'm like, yeah, I could pull that off. And thank you to Temu.
Oh yeah,
I got it off Temu. I got myself a nice black shirt because my other one was way too big for me after I slimmed down. So I got myself a nice black shirt. The actual collar is actually an actual priest collar. I got it from a church store.
Jesus Christ!
I know. I promise that I will confess sins afterwards. All right.
Jesus Christ!
But yeah, literally,
I must say though, Temu for certain things have like. Don't get me wrong. The thing is that most things, like you're rolling the dice, and it is ghetto as hell. But there are some things, like the other day, I can't remember. We were going fishing. This would have been maybe a couple months ago now, and I'm just like every time. So we used to go into Big W, or you go into a local tackle store. The problem is a lot of the local tackle stores aren't around anymore. And the ones that are, the only one that is really good is the one in Sunshine, which is now probably a good hour from my house. So it's a bit frustrating.
Yeah.
So I'm like, whatever, I'm just going to go. And then I was like, went into Big W and their fishing section now is next to nothing. And I'm like, I just need some sinkers and some swivels and stuff. So I bought them from Temu.
Yeah.
And while I was there, it was like, you have to spend $40 to check out. I was like, I'm at $37. Like, So I bought this netting for the boot. It's just like a thing like this that velcros on, and it's actually really handy because here we're not allowed plastic bags, so we have to take our bags, and normally they go all around. So I bought one that goes in there, and then it came with a free gift, which was just 2 straps. So now my toolbox is now strapped away.
Yeah.
And though I spent $35 on fishing, the straps that I got for like $3.80 are the best money I've spent. I'm like, it's fantastic. And they're actually surprisingly good quality, the straps, and I'm very shocked. But yeah, Temu is one of those places where you are rolling the dice.
Honestly, it is. No, realistically, I do entirely agree with you. Because sometimes you just think something's like, even if it's half good, it's all right. It'll do.
Yeah.
It'll do. It's the thing that I need. But then sometimes it turns out you're like, oh fuck, I knew it was going to be fucked over. Sort of thing. The amount of times that I've been fucked over is. But to be fair, whenever I do get fucked over, I put in the complaint straight away, and highlight why it's not what it's meant to be or as advertised, and everything else. And I would say probably 75% of the time I've gotten the money back, or you get it back.
They're actually pretty good.
Yeah,
what I got that was really good is I got a large case that I put magic cards in. That I put on. I think I sent you a photo of it.
Yeah, you did.
With all my commander ones. Mm-hmm. But then I also bought a whole heap of just like single commander deck boxes and some sleeves.
Yeah.
And the commander boxes, the little boxes were I think like $9 or something.
Yeah.
And like I put it next to an Ultra Guard one, and I'm like, I can't see the difference.
To be fair, it's like probably the same factory that makes them.
100%. And I honestly think it just doesn't have the
Ultra Pro logo on it.
Yeah, and it's amazing. And I was like, holy crap! And then I gave one to a friend because he's like, oh, I've got to buy this. I'm like, I got one at home. I'm like, I'm coming around tomorrow. Why don't I just bring you one? He's like, oh, I'll give you some money for it. I was like, yeah, don't worry about it. And when I first gave it to him, he's like, oh, this is actually pretty good. I'm like, yeah, no, it's insane because it's exactly the same, but it cost me like $8-9. But yeah, Temu, please be careful. Temu is a little bit all over the shop.
Yes, agreed. The to be fair, actually, one thing me and Ellie have been watching recently. So I don't know if you're aware of this YouTuber. His name's Ryan Trahan. Are you aware of Ryan Trahan? No? So he's an American YouTuber. He's got his own candy brand called Joyride and everything else. He likes to do goes and reviews places that are 1-star rated or have been given 1-star rating, and he tries to debunk a lot of things. He likes to spread a lot of positivity, which is fine. Okay, yeah, he's all right.
I'm pretty sure he didn't do a thing where he started off with 1 cent and then he kind of
he did the 1 penny, the 1 penny challenge, and built it up from there. Now he's actually just started a new series on his channel, and Ellie found it. And I tell you what, we've actually gotten quite invested in it. He's trying to do all 50 states in 50 days, and he's staying at the coolest. He's planned it at the coolest Airbnb of each state.
That's cool.
Which is cool in its own right. And it's actually quite, as a series, as you think about it, that's quite cool. He's added an extra element to it because, it's YouTube. And, you can't just have a normal, let's have a 50-day fun time. Let's make it a bit interesting. So he's trying to raise money for St. Jude's, the cancer hospital in America, which is great. And he wanted to raise $1 million. As of this recording, he's broke that, and he's now had to set a new goal, which is cool. But the main reason why people are donating, not only for that cause, is that he has what's called the Wheel of Doom. He has this portable box that someone's built him. I've got a suspicion it might be Mark Rober. He's another YouTuber.
Yeah.
And basically, if someone donates $50,000, they get to spin. There's a free spin on the Wheel of Doom, and they're all different punishments, sort of thing. So, like one of them's like airplane mode. Get to the next Airbnb without using your phone. Bear in mind, this thing can go off mid-journey. So it's got Wi-Fi and satellites and all that goodness built into it. So if 50k gets donated and they're halfway to the Airbnb, it gives out a bing and an alert, and the light comes on. Like, oh crud! So they quickly pull over and check and see who's donated, and then they've got to do the spin, which is And it's quite interesting, like some of the punishments. So it's like airplane mode, where it's like, no, you can't use, you can't use any phones or anything else. So they take that quite literally. Like you can't even listen to Spotify.
Oh, gee. Oh, yeah. Because when you think about it, yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of the things will be running off that.
It's like you can't use. So basically, we can't use our phones whatsoever. So they did one bit where it was like, I think it was like 9 hours in the car.
With no, oh, Jesus.
With nothing, and legit, my brain was like, I even said to Elle, because we'd had a couple of wines at this point, and the couch was like, why don't they put the radio on? And I was like, I was wondering the same thing, and then we actually, and someone apparently commented in a later video, he said, yeah, we kind of forgot that we have a radio in the car. Because it's that generation that they don't realise that there is a radio built in. It's not just the speakers aren't just for your phone.
Well, that's the weirdest thing. So, like, I took my Kia to get service, and they gave me a loan car, which I didn't even realize they were doing. I just thought they were taking a long ass time to book me in.
Yeah,
and it's got that Apple Audio Play, so everything. So you like, and when you but when you use when you use maps on there and stuff like that, it's using your phone data and your phone like to do it. It's not like it's built in like a sat nav or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool, whatever. Not realizing, and then it was I delivered it back to Kia and taken it out and obviously disconnected my phone just in case phone calls come through, and then realized my battery's on like 11%. I was like, I haven't used it today at all, and realized because I've done a bit of driving and stuff, it's been using my phone battery. I'm like,
honestly,
what is the point of that? That seems stupid.
So it's the same thing. It's called Android CarPlay, I think it is.
Yeah, that's what this is.
But yeah, and now I thought this was when was this? This was a couple of months back. It was one of my. I was driving up from Dunedin and I was Dunedin to Timaru, Timaru to Christchurch, and then I was in the car from Timaru to Christchurch, which is what 2 and a bit hours. Now, my phone, I hadn't put my phone properly on charge the night before, silly mistake, as you do. And
it happened.
So I was on like 60% battery. So of course I connected and I'm listening to podcasts and music and everything else, got the roots on, blah, blah, blah. And I get to the outskirts of Christchurch. So I'm meant to be 30 minutes from the Christchurch site, because I was going to go to the Christchurch site and then, be there for an hour or two and then bog off on the plane.
Yeah.
And suddenly, dead. Nothing. And I'm like, fuck. And, car's still running. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's good. All right. And then, of course, so I was like, hang on, I'm just going to pull over. So pulled over, went for my phone, and, of course, pick it up. And I was like, it's the blank screen. So, of course, you do the normal thing, which is put your thing on the thumb pad. Realise, it's not coming. Occasionally you miss it by 0.5 millimeter. So, it's I'm doing this constantly on the thing, and I'm like, why is it not on? And so I thought, all right, let's do the old-fashioned way. Let's press the side button. Pressed it, nothing. And then I realised, oh my God, my phone's dead. Like, dead.
It's so weird.
Like, dead. I'm like, why is my phone dead? Thought, I haven't used it. I've connected to the Bluetooth. All I've done is connect to the Bluetooth. I've not been doing anything. Then that's when I discovered, obviously, when I got to, thank God, by my own goddamn memory, because I managed to get onto this certain street, and I was like, oh, hang on, if I go down there and take 2 lefts, I should be on the road that takes me bang on to site. And thank God I did.
People pay me out when I've still got it, because I've still got a GPS in my car, because I just find it easier. I tend to find that it's not as annoying.
Yeah.
So I'm like, screw it. I'm just going to do that.
Honestly, honestly, there's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, honestly, I was kind of like, thank God I have a half decent memory and good mapping skills, because literally I was like, crap. I know how to get to the airport, because the airport is well signed, but getting to my site, there's no sign for my site until I get to site. That's the only sign there will be. So I'm like, crud. And I was literally debating.
I don't want to get a new car now. Like, I was talking to a friend of mine. I'm like, he's like, oh yeah, most of them have that now. I'm like, that is shit. Like, straight up shit.
Well, this is because normally when I travel in my car, because obviously when I travel in my car, I don't have it in my car, but I have a wireless charger in my car. So it's like, put that. It goes onto its hook. It goes into its mount. Job done. And
Yeah.
it's charging, and that's fine. That's not a problem. But I thought, and this is where I should have checked. Okay, I thought because I swear this thing had a charge symbol on the mat thing that you placed your phone holder in, and I'm like, great. So I put it in there, thinking, great, that's charging. That's not a problem. No, it wasn't a charge mat. Wasn't a charge mat, was it? No. So yeah, lesson learned.
Yeah.
Take my own charger from now on.
Seriously, that feels like ass backwards.
Yeah.
It really does.
It's fine, right? If you want to have me share and do all my stuff, absolutely fine. Got no problem with that. I'm happy to use my data. I'm entertaining myself for a long journey. That's completely fine. But give me a charge option. That's all I need, right?
Yeah.
Why isn't it wireless charge? Wireless charge should be standard in cars, in my opinion.
Like you think, because like you've normally got a center console or a place where the ashtray used to be. Kids, look that up if you've never heard what an ashtray in a car is.
That's a good point.
Yeah. It's like where you keep your vape. Yeah, they used to smoke and tap things there. That's what it was.
My God.
But like seriously, like I'm just like, what the hell? But yeah, it just destroyed my battery because like unfortunately that day I actually had a funeral, so I was like, okay, cool. Went to a few places and stuff. But like, yeah, when it was at 11%, I'm like, I haven't used my phone. Like, something tells me I wasn't sitting there in the funeral going, come on, catch the damn thing. Like,
lie, lie. You were playing Pokemon Go while waiting.
So can you imagine sitting with the family? My mate's sitting there crying, and I'm
sorry. I'm just going to get an AR photo on top of the casket,
like,
just for the gram.
I'm like, I've got a fucking shiny. This place is the best. You're like, yeah, no. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, and it destroyed my battery. I'm like,
yeah,
this is possibly the stupidest thing ever. Because all it's doing is pretty much just screen sharing your phone onto this and then going like, now we don't have to put a battery in here. We don't have to put that. Like, my mate's BMW has like sat nav in his car.
Mm.
And it's just that, exactly what I said. It's just sat nav. But for some reason now it's like, no, we're gonna mess with you, and you're just gonna use all your own phone shit. I'm like, this is the dumbest thing.
It honestly it is. I'm about to say it was the worst bit because of course logically my old brain kicked in and was like, right, hang on, we know how to do this. This is not our first year driving. We understand where things are roughly in relation around in Christchurch. We can get to site.
Yeah.
Thank God we did. I was after about 20 minutes of driving. You know when you have that little devil popper gun.
Yeah.
Oh, you sure you wanted to take the left? Are you sure it wasn't the right? I was like,
the worst thing is too though is you're just like, oh, which way is it? Is it left or right? Oh, that's all right. If I get stuck, I'll just call. I can't even call anyone. You know what I mean? Like you can't even call someone.
Do you know what the best thing is? My brain was like, "It's fine, don't worry. Worst case scenario, we'll pull over in a gas station and go ask them for directions. It'll be fine." Do you think I bumped into a single gas station on the entire 20 minutes I was driving around?
And you're gonna have some poor Indian. You're gonna have some. If it's anything like here, you're gonna have some poor Indian kid that's gonna be like, "Just Google it, bro. I don't know."
I know Christchurch, right? I've been there many a time. You can't walk without bumping into a bloody gas station. How the hell I was driving around and didn't bang into one was ridiculous. It was absolutely, it was, oh God, it was doing me wicked. But yeah, but honestly, yeah, I entirely get that. It does piss me off a lot of the time.
It is, but like, yeah, and I was saying this to a friend and he's like, oh, I've got CarPlay. I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm like, okay, go into CarPlay, turn your data off, and then connect your phone.
Yes.
Music will still work unless you're using Spotify. Like if you're like me, old school MP3s, but like that won't. And he did it, and he's like, yeah, my maps wouldn't work. Nothing would work. He goes, and I'm like, that's what I'm saying. It just uses your data. And he's like, oh shit. Like he had no idea. And I'm like, man.
But yeah,
yes,
good. But anyway, so good time. I was yeah. So Ryan Trahan, go watch the series. Yeah. It's really fun. He's on.
How many is he up to now?
I think he's on day. What were we on? Day 17. I think we've watched. I think we're up to day 17. Okay. But he's we're a couple of days behind. So he's actually still doing it now, sort of thing. So I think I'm assuming logic because obviously we've YouTubed a while. You know, we know how it works. So logically, I assume he's about 3 or 4 days ahead of where everyone thinks he is. sort of thing. So, but yeah,
I would say I'm guessing he's probably almost a week because I'm guessing what happens is he gets the raw footage, uploads it, sends it back to whoever it is. Because I'm guessing he wouldn't be editing by himself. Like he's that big.
no. He says that he's got. So he actually in the first couple of episodes he shows the guys that he sends the all the everything they record for the day. They send that to them, and then they edit, smash it together, and then throw it up. Get it all up there for
that's what I'm saying.
Enjoy, sort of thing. But it's quite, as I say, it's just fascinating. It's been fascinating to watch, and some of the places he stayed. Actually, me and Elle have got. There's one. There's a Star Wars themed one. It's and I tell you now, it looks immense.
There's one over there, and they've created. I can't believe if it's Arizona or it's one of those places that are quite dry like that. And from memory, they have almost like a Moss Isley.
Yes, this is probably the same spot. Yeah, and they got they got sand cruisers that literally drive around and they look like land speeders. It looks really good.
It's insane.
Yeah, honestly, it looks immense. Literally, we looked at it, we watched them on it, and we're like, oh my god. Yes, and I was like, "Oh yeah, we're going. We have to go to that one. That has to be on the list if we're doing America."
I love your wife. She's the greatest. She's like, "Fuck it, let's do that." I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah. Well, the fact is that you get to dress up, and and they actually will allow you to have lightsabers, so you can go have a lightsaber fight in the middle of a desert. Yes, please.
What more could you want?
Yeah. No, absolutely not. But yeah, it's been fascinating to. It was in Utah, that one. The one he said. Oh my god. Is that
okay. Yeah.
Is that all it cost? It only cost him $200 for the night. That's a bargain.
That's American, so it's not.
No, don't get me wrong. Yeah, you convert it over to our currency.
It's like 1,700 Kiwi in Australian dollars. It's not cheap.
But honestly, when you watch the episode, you get to see everything that's available to do. You will go, oh my god, it's an actual bargain. Especially in comparison to some of the places he stays. God.
Oh yeah,
this isn't some nuclear missile silos.
I've been pretty lucky. I've travelled quite extensively, and I think you have too, being that you're English, so you can just walk over to Europe, literally.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, oh, bro, what are you doing? Oh, just catch a train to Paris, bro.
Pretty much.
That's how it is. It's just so quick. Like, when living in Australia, it's not that easy. And now that he's in New Zealand, him flying back and doing his 27-hour flights, and just like, see, that's what it's like, motherfucker.
Yeah,
but I've been pretty lucky. But I've always said that, like when I've stayed places, a lot of the times when I've traveled, I'm like, I'm just here for X. So I'm just here to go. I want to see X, Y, and Z. I'm not booking the most expensive place or a fancy place because for me, I'm going to sleep there, and that's pretty much it. And 9 times out of 10, I'd leave at 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I'd be out till 11. I'd come home, I'd sleep, and I'd move on.
Yeah,
which is fine. But every now and again, there's a place where I'm like, I just want a day for myself. I want to stay somewhere cool, or I want to stay somewhere awesome. And then I do something like that. And I do think that sometimes you've just got to do it. Like, it's just kind of cool. And yeah, those places are the ones where you might only stay a night, maybe 2, just for the whole experience of it. But it's kind of freaking awesome. And I'm like, go do it. And I'm saying when people travel, because I've got friends that do that. When they travel, they stay at these fancy places, but then they spend like 8 hours there and that's it.
Oh yeah,
it's like all it needs to have stay at a fancy place at least once, get yourself a club sandwich, and just chill.
Yes.
Sorry, I love club sandwiches. Club sandwiches are great.
Yes, we've already heard about your love for club sandwiches. We are aware.
My unhealthy love for club sandwiches. It's great.
But no, honestly, it's I highly recommend it. It's a silly little scene. Also, it gets a little annoying with his joyride because obviously he's promoting his own brand, obviously. But you get some people who do donate quite big to it, sort of thing. Like Mr. Beast donates in it, and an electric bike company who I've never heard of donates as well. But anyway, so yeah, go watch that. And what we'll do is we're going to wrap it up there because I've realised the time. and
like it's mine now.
Yes. Well, no,
it is. I do think that's cool. Like, I do think that I'm loving the fact now that it's no longer just people just being absolute knobs.
Yes.
We're actually getting series, and I think that people are starting to realise now that series are the way to go.
Agreed.
Because it is fun and it keeps people engaged. Like, there's people on Instagram that I follow now. Like, have you seen the guy that's blowing up who I'm absolutely obsessed with, called the Dodgy Gardener?
The Dodgy Gardener.
He's on Instagram. He's about 35 episodes.
Oh, no, I don't have Instagram anymore.
Oh, and he's this Scottish guy, and he is absolutely brilliant. It might be on TikTok, but he's definitely on Instagram. And he pretty much took a photo of his garden, threw it into Chat GPT, and said, "Do my garden." And now what he's doing is he's going
He is on
doing
TikTok.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he does it full time. He works full time, so he's not doing it full time. So it's weird. Like if Scotland's got good weather for a weekend, you might get 2 or 3 videos in like a couple of days.
Yeah.
And if not, but he swears like a trooper. He does all this, and he's not getting any brand deals. He's not getting many. He's got his first one, I think, but he's not getting any brand deals because he swears. And he's like, you do realize that people watching this are probably going to be okay with swearing, being that I've
Yes.
dropped the C bomb. I've said every swear word under the sun multiple times. Like, no one's going to care, but for some reason, certain brands aren't touching him. But he is just hilarious. He was doing like little 30-second videos that were kind of rushed with him voiceover, but now I think he's slowing down and doing like minute and a half videos to be able to do it.
Yeah.
But he is funny as fuck, and he's just so likable. He's got his 2 kids that he calls Team Destruction, which is just funny because normally when they come out they don't do nuts. He's got, as he calls it, rotivation for the nation, which is he's doing these roading, but he's found out that like his things leaning the wrong way. He's put white rocks in. He's doing all these things, and it's absolutely hilarious. So I'm like, it's pretty fun. But that's one of the ones that I've been watching of late, and it's just a bit of silly fun, and I just like him. And it was kind of funny because when it first started was when we were doing our landscaping, and when I say we, I meant the dude that landscaped it. And I was just, and Cherish sometimes goes, "Oh man, maybe we should have done it ourselves." And they're seeing this dude do it. I'm like, no,
No,
no.
I tell you now, it is, yeah. God forbid, the amount of stuff that I've had to do around this garden has been ridiculous. I mean, maybe maybe I should do, because I use Claude AI, so maybe I should ask
Oh,
Claude,
okay, yeah.
Claude of what he would recommend for our climate and stuff. See, could be an idea. Anyway, I'll have a look
Why
at this
not?
stuff. I'll have a look at
He's
this
doing
stuff.
pretty well off it, and it is funny. Like and I think it's just also just the Scottish accent. It's the lack thereof not giving a fuck. Like it's just
What are you trying to
absolutely
say?
hilarious.
What are you trying to say, Des?
I love the Scottish. I think great, mate. Absolutely love him. But he's just funny, and he's just like he doesn't give a shit, and he makes mistakes, and he screws up, and then like he'll get like weed cloth, and he won't get enough. He said he wants B&Q to give him a sponsorship, mainly just because he's pretty much got shares in there because he keeps going back there.
Yeah.
And then he's like, people in the comments said I should be getting this, but screw it, I've got this and I don't need it. And then he made one comment which is funny. He's like, I'm glad in this build AI put a shed because I'm going to need a shed for all the crap that I've bought here that I'm probably never ever going to use again. And it is funny because like he's bought like pickaxe, he's had a shovel, but he's buying other shovels, he's buying rotary things, he's buying like leveling rakes and all this kind of stuff that he literally only needs in that moment.
Yes. No.
And I'm just like, it's kind of funny because I honestly think he's right, and it's so silly, but he is funny as fuck. So if you get a chance, go check him out. I'm actually really enjoying him. He's just a bit silly and fun, and I like it.
Oh no, I will. To be fair, there's an Australian guy. I can't remember his name now. I'll find it in my feed at some point. But yeah, he does lots of DIY projects, and he referringly has the fuck it up fairy count whenever he does a video, and this is where the fuck it up fairy turned up and
just destroyed it
and messed with me, and I had to go back and do this again, because of course he's doing everything himself, and yeah, I was just like, yeah, I have massive respect.
Yeah, this guy's kind of a bit like that, but he's just got a Scottish accent, which is funny because it just means he sounds like Shrek.
Yeah, I definitely will. I'll definitely go check it out. But anyway, folks, thank you for joining us this week on this episode. Please make sure you do like, share, and subscribe. Please make sure you do follow us on all the good platforms. And let us know any platforms you do want to hear us on, apart from Apple.
and also, if you've got a series like this, like Treyhand or like Dodgy Gardener or something like this that you're enjoying on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube like this, please put it in the comments because I actually like these kind of things where I like to follow along because it just makes it a lot fun. Like I fell really in love with that Debt series where he lives in Kentucky. He's like a movie guy. And he got himself out of debt by selling some of his collectibles and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun, like that one there. And I fell in love with him. And I'm like, that's what we need more of. We need more of just where we can connect with people because it's very weird.
Positivity. What year age are you?
I don't care, man. Like I bought a mattress. I bought a mattress yesterday because my mattress is absolutely cactus, to say the least. And the girl that served us, Angela, was amazing. And it was nice to actually, like, we walked into one of the other ones and it was just sale, sale, sale.
Yeah.
Where she actually talked us through it. She spent like 45, 50 minutes with us. And even then, we went to 3 other mattress shops and it was by far the best one. And it was good because then we made sure to ask for her. And I'm like, it's so nice to have like personal contacts because
Yeah.
I just feel like so many of these days we don't.
Yeah, no, I get that. Absolutely do get that. But yeah. Right. Anyway,
Oh, beautiful people. That's enough of me. But yes, any series, chuck in the comments.
peace out.
Like.